Uh, uh, yeah, 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 yeah. See me in the streets and we. You already know what it is. It's another week for some most sports. Get yourself ready. Go ahead and hit that like, share button. Go ahead and subscribe and get ready to comment because we want to hear your opinions. A lot of stuff going on out there in the sports world. As you already know, your boy Stephen A. Smith got a lot of mouth, but do he got hands to match? Because LeBron wasn't about that playboy. Oh, yes, he said, look, you gonna keep my son's name out your motherfucking mouth. And if you don't, you got to deal with these hands on, boy. So yes, myself and some other comedians, including the homie Bo P-Bars in the house. We got Soto out. We may even have a couple other comments in the house on the way. So get yourself ready. Before we even get into that, I need to know, what did you have to say about this, LeBron? Was you feeling this? I mean, it feels like this might have been kind of, I don't know, hard to deal with. Some dude coming up in your face with a matching bad hairline, trying to talk shit about you and what you do with Joe Johnny. Did you have anything to expound on with regard to this, Mr. LeBron James? I'm just wondering. Inquiring minds would like to know. All right, it looks like you did say something. Huh. All right, here it is, guys.
I'm going to address the Stephen A. Smith situation real quick. I basically told him we can throw down right now in front of everyone. Let's have at it. Me and you, one-on-one in the middle of the court. And of course, that uncle refused. He don't have that R like I do. I'm him. I was about to give him that Draymond Green special and send his hairline back even further. I told that brother to keep his mouth shut about Bronny before, and he just won't do it. And yes, I know Bronny ain't an NBA level player, and I forced the Lakers to draft him. But you're not going to trash talk my son on live television like that. That brother only acts tough on TV, as you saw. When I stepped up to him, he turned into a golden retriever right away. That unk is soft as charming. Now would Jordan ever do what I did? Probably not. But I'm petty and soft like that, as everyone knows. I'll never be as great as Michael Jordan. So Stephen A. was right about that part. MJ is the GOAT for sure. He might be the GOAT, but I'm the king. And everyone knows a king is better than a GOAT. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. So I'm going to address the Stephen A. Smith.
All righty, man. I don't know how true all of that is, but he did say what he had to say. My question is for you, Solo.
Yeah.
Was LeBron right in confronting a sportscaster about his opinions about his son when in actuality, some would argue he wasn't even talking about his son. He was talking about how he pushed his son into the league when he wasn't ready. What say you, Solo?
Let's be clear. Before I make my statement, I am a LeBron James fan. As you can notice behind me, Lakers all the way 100. Now, if y'all remember when LeBron James came into the league, he was at a game where he actually got in a physical fight. While in the fight, his mama rushed the damn court and was going to jump in the fight. And LeBron reached back to his mama and said, hey, sit your ass down. Don't get involved, because she was protecting her son. Now, fast forward 2025. LeBron James does the same thing with his son by walking over there to Stephen A. Bossing up on telling him what he can and cannot say about his son. First of all, we are journalists. That's what we're playing, the podcast journalists. And I hope I said that word right. We tell the story, and we tell it how we see it. And Stephen A. was just telling how he see it. He said that LeBron James' son does not belong in the NBA at this point. And we all agree with that. I think everybody would agree that LeBron James' son does not belong in the NBA at this point. And so this was offensive to LeBron James. He was like, my son belong here, because LeBron said his statement was his son is better than half the NBA players in the league. He said that. His son ain't better than me. I got one hand. His son is only good in the G League. Once he walks out on a real NBA court, he looks like a child out there. He doesn't look like an NBA player, and a lot of people agree with that. And then he was last but not least, I'm gonna wrap it up right here. LeBron James' son was drafted at 55 in the league, right? What about all those other players that went before him from 1 to 55? Because nobody's talking about them right now. Every time they talk about only thing they talk about is LeBron James' son when he comes on the court. There's over 54 other players who came in number 1, who came in number 2, who came in number 3, and y'all ain't heard nothing about them. Only thing y'all hear about is the person who came 55, and that's Bronny James. I leave it at that. You may continue.
Bo P, the boy's making a lot of points, which is unusual for Solo. What do you say to that?
First of all, I think LeBron James and Stephen A. should trade hairlines. If LeBron put his front on Stephen A., if Stephen A. put his middle on LeBron, that would solve a lot of problems when it comes to the hairline. Second of all, nepotism happens in every job. Every career, every business or something, nepotism happens. So there's nothing wrong with LeBron giving his son a job. And for him being good enough or not, that's still to be, that'll work itself out. I think I don't know if he's good enough to be in the NBA, but hell, he is in the NBA. So for LeBron to put his son in that position, it's the first time a father son ever played together, so they made history, and I love that fact. So give a fuck about what nobody else say. If I had a son, I don't give a damn how good he was. I'd put him up there too. If he wasn't doing nothing but being a damn towel boy, I'd make sure he get a job. So I'm saying, and LeBron called himself talking about the GOAT. The king is always better than the GOAT. I differ. I beg to differ on that. I beg to differ. The GOAT gives milk, so king can't give milk.
Hold on, Bo P. Am I hearing you correct? I actually agree with you with regard to the nepotism. I think nepotism gets a bad rap. Like, since when is it a bad thing for a father to do well and pass some of those good tidings down to the son? I don't understand it. But I understand how other people who don't have that opportunity could be upset with it. At the same time, it doesn't mean that if your son is unqualified, that they should take the role of somebody who is, right? Like, it's one thing for LeBron to say, look, I want my son to be in the NBA somehow. Maybe he can be in the locker room soaking up energy. Maybe he can be, some sort of, I don't think they have internships at the NBA. But it's another thing for him to be like, I want him to be the general manager of the Lakers. Why can't he be? Because he's not qualified. Same thing for him when it comes to being on the National Basketball Association actual starting team for the Lakers. And I think that's what got folks hot. And Stephen A. Smith was like, no, bro, you shouldn't have done that like that to your son. Now he's got to deal with all this criticism because you put him on blast and made him show the world that he wasn't qualified when you could have just let him do his thing. Kind of like the way.
Well, what about the tall boy that they traded to Dallas? What's his name?
Talking about Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis, how good was he? Damn it! And they gave him a lot of money. He wasn't good enough to be kept. So why can't LeBron get a Bronny get a job?
Okay. First of all, you're talking about
because when Davis came out of college, he was everybody's first pick. Like I mean, remember the unibrow? Like nobody did not want Anthony. He was, and we was all talking about like, yo, how you gonna pick a guy who got 3 eyebrows? And she remember how it was a big deal. And then he came through and he killed it, So it's not like he was ushered in by his relatives. He proved his way through college and then was drafted and then landed a spot. Ended up with LeBron, and now he's dealing with whatever repercussions he's got to deal with in Dallas. But different story. We don't have.
I don't give a damn. Me and my son played together in the NBA. We the first to do it. I don't give a damn if he ain't good enough to tie his shoes. I wouldn't if he sit on the bench barefooted. I wouldn't give a damn.
Is this
but
the right
we played
way?
Together in the NBA.
Is this the right way? Is this
nobody's saying it's the right way? It's their way because it's been going on for as long as we can remember. Because presidents like George Bush and all of them, they made their sons presidents. That's exactly what happened. So and let's not forget the worst thing ever is going down right now. I'm sorry, Michelle and Barack is breaking up.
What?
No, that's some bullshit. Yeah. But now look at this. LeBron is a father. LeBron is a father. So any father was standing up for their child. I have no problem with LeBron doing that either. Just keep my son name out your hairless mouth.
Let me ask you a question, Bo. Bo, let me ask you a question. Put Bo on the screen. Let me ask them to let me do some Stephen A. shit. Put both of us on the screen so we can talk. Both of us at the same time. Let me ask you a question there, Bo P. If you had a restaurant, right, And it was, successful restaurant doing all types of money. You making crazy money, and you got that one son. You want him to run the restaurant, but if your son come in there and he ain't qualified, he fucking the restaurant up. What do? You still happy, or you gonna get rid of your son?
You take him off cooking and make him a goddamn trash man. That's all you do.
No, but you want him to run the business. You want him to run the business.
You don't let him be a manager. You manage the trash now. You give him another
then
role.
You need to send Bronny to the back and tell him to clean up because he doesn't belong on the court. That's what we're saying. You got to remember when LeBron James' son came to the NBA and got on that team, his shirt sold faster than any person in the NBA. Bronny James.
Okay.
Bronny James got paid $8 million for his season, right? $8 million. But the Lakers profited for him over $50-something million once he was signed. So it's all about the money. It ain't about it ain't about him being good. It's about him being Bronny because he came with over 100-something million followers. He's an internet sensation.
Let's look at this. All NBA teams have 15 players on their team, right? How many of them 15 play every game? Some of them are practice squad boys. So why can't Bronny be a practice squad player? You know what I'm saying? Some of the boys never hit the floor. Some of them never hit the floor.
And got almost slapped.
Some of them never hit the floor. Some of them never hit the floor. Out of them 15, they want to play about 9 or 10 at the most, maybe 12 at the most. So 3 of them players never played.
Don't play already. He don't play most of them games. I mean, he don't play somewhat in the game, but he ain't doing shit.
Well, it's 3 more on the bench ain't doing shit either, so.
Well, that's because they hurt.
Okay.
Well, ain't nobody sitting on that bench who ain't hurt.
One thing is
you in the game.
The whole thing that went down was a show in itself. I believe we may actually have the actual incident right here. So let's take a look at actually what happened, and let's talk about
it. Wasn't that night right there? They shaking hands. Well, I told you about that shit. Rewind. Man, I heard you talking about my son.
Can I lip read for you? Can I lip read for you?
Yeah.
Can I lip read for you? Can I lip read for you?
Oh yeah, bro. What he saying?
Run it back.
Motherfucker, let me tell you something. You say something about my son one more goddamn time, I'm gonna whoop your motherfucking ass. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I'm gonna whoop your motherfucking ass.
Oh shit.
Yo, this was Stephen A. said. This was Stephen A. said. Yes, sir. Yes. I will not talk about it.
When you looking up at
LeBron, he was looking at LeBron like he was Jesus.
When you looking up at a nigga, that's all you can see. Yes,
I didn't even know you was that damn big. He said, from far distance, you don't look that big. But up on me, you look big as shit.
Yeah.
Well, look, I know somebody else who look big as shit in real life. This is somebody who's definitely here to give his opinion on weighing in.
Did he hear anything what was said?
What's going on?
Hold up.
Hey, what up?
Did he hear anything that was said?
I don't know. We're going to find out right now. We got to welcome one of the members of the panel. It's none other than the Black Ron. What's going on, Ron? Easy? He all right? What's going on, homeboy?
Gentlemen. First of all, Solo, yes, I heard that bullshit that you and OG Bo P were talking about. Bo P, what happened, OG?
What happened, sir?
Hey, man, you doing it, man. You doing it. I don't know how Solo roped you into this bullshit we be doing over here.
Yeah.
But goddamn it, I'm glad to have you, baby.
I got my job like Bronny got his job.
Yeah. Okay, listen, y'all done opened up the door.
Come on.
So I might have well gone glide across the floor.
Come on.
LeBron James was dead ass wrong.
Thank you. God damn it.
Wow. I'm surprised to hear that from you, bro.
One person.
LeBron James was dead ass wrong. He was wrong to walk up and approach a fan talking about something that was not pertaining to the actual game that fan had paid money to come watch. He was wrong to encroach a man's personal space. Well, I mean, when you buy a ticket to the game, you're a fan.
Right.
First of all, Stephen A. don't have to buy tickets.
I mean, this is true. But when you so let me say it like this: when you sit in the seats and you spectate, you a fan. He was there not only in a professional realm, you know, gathering data to report on the game. He was also there as a Knicks fan. You know what I'm saying? So
come on,
you
Ron.
walk up on this man.
Let's call bullshit, Ron. Come on now. Stephen A. is there to research. He's there to work. He's there as a journalist. He's there, and we know that of all the people in the media world, Stephen A. has been giving LeBron that work. Even when he's being complimentary, he's like, LeBron is great. As he's second to Jordan, he won't.
We gonna get to that, Vinny Ray. We gonna get to that. I'm just prefacing all the many ways in which LeBron was wrong. I'm not gonna say whether or not he's justified in this moment. I'm talking about right or wrong.
Okay.
He was wrong to walk up on that man who was sitting in the seat as if he was one of the other 20,000 people off inside Crypto Stadium.
Right.
Arena rather. He wasn't sitting in the press box. So he wasn't operating in a journalistic realm at that particular moment. Even though everything he sees with his eyes, he's recording that data so that he can use it on his many sports related platforms. He walked up on that man also with another player with him who's also gargantuanly tall. You know what I'm saying? You got another big old nigga with you. You 6'8", 260 pounds in peak physical condition with zero body fat, and you about 15, 20 years younger than Stephen A. And you barking on this man. He's in your gym at your job. Don't need to fuck up his just newly minted $100 million check that he just cashed from ESPN. So he's not even in a position to do some nigga shit with you. And on top of that, you're attacking this man for his professional opinion about the professional performance of your son. He didn't say that your son was a bad son. He didn't say that nigga got bad grades. He didn't say that he got body odor. He didn't say he disrespectful to Savannah. He didn't say he out here nutting in young internet porn stars and making children that he don't want to claim. He didn't say none of that about it. He said, hey, LeBron, this ain't what the fuck you advertised. You told us that your son was better than half the niggas in the league. You told us, you tweeted out that you was looking at the fucking games and you was laughing at the performance of niggas with guaranteed contracts because your son, who was Mr. One and Done at USC, where he wasn't even on one of the top 5 players on his college team, was better than these niggas with guaranteed contracts playing in the NBA. And then you somehow used your fucking political capital and your tenure and your status to garner your son a 55th round pick, which was the Lakers' last pick in the NBA draft. And yet, you were able to garner him $7.8 million for a 2-way contract. Let me put that in the proper parameters. No other G League player is making that kind of motherfucking money. Matt McClung is the most popular G League player because he's the what, gentlemen? 3-time NBA slam dunk all-star champion. And this motherfucker not making $7.8 million a year. But you got that type of money for your son, who is not even averaging comparative numbers in the G League to be able to play full-time minutes in the big boy league. And you told us that your son was better than half the niggas in the big boy league.
Well, that boy daddy, man, the white boy, the slam dunk competition boy daddy, he's a plumber. He ain't got no damn right to say nothing. But LeBron James done made the NBA so much money. He done made the NBA so much money, he can't call a shot like that. How much money has he made the NBA? You gonna tell him his son can't play?
That ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about, bro.
Look at politicians.
I'm talking about the perch. I'm talking about the perch that Stephen A was standing on when he said, and as he has said all season long, hey man, this young nigga was not ready to be in the NBA. This young nigga could have stood to use another 2 or 3 years playing in college before being drafted, because everybody is saying, give him time, give him time. Oh, you mean the time he could have spent in college bettering his fucking game? No, his daddy said he was good enough and grown enough to be a man out here, which means he has to now be susceptible to the same criticism that every other fucking player in the NBA is susceptible to. How you think Pam McGee felt to hear Shaq talk about JaVale McGee the way he has his whole fucking career? Pam McGee is a WNBA fucking superstar. Well, she was, rather. Her daughter plays in the WNBA. Her son plays in the NBA. Don't nobody even talk about the McGees. I'm using that to make a fucking point. Shaq made JaVale McGee his Shaqton of a Fool all-star 2 or 3 seasons in a row, thereby forever fucking up that man's earning potential. Because when people go to talk about contracts, they're going to bring up what the most dominant big man in our current era said about a nigga who plays his position. You fucking up his money. And didn't nobody come down on Shaq. So how the fuck you gonna walk your big ass over to Stephen A? You bullying that nigga, bro. We already know he can't fight. We saw the goddamn video of him throwing them ugly ass punches in the gym. We know this nigga can't fight. And you gonna walk your big ass over him and say, hey man, keep my motherfucking son name out your mouth. What you mean?
LeBron's the reason he make money.
He
LeBron's the
wasn't
reason he
talking
got a
about
job.
LeBron. He wasn't talking about LeBron James Jr. He was talking about Bronny James, the NBA player, not your fucking son. You was wrong, nigga.
All right, then. That's your opinion.
Because you ain't walked up on down one of these white boys and had shit to say. And they've been talking the same shit about your mediocre ass boy.
Ooh, shit,
And let me add
wow.
something to that. Can I piggyback on that for 1 second? Let me just piggyback on that one thing. Because Black Ron told it all. Everything. He didn't leave nothing out. He didn't leave a goddamn thing out. But you got to understand something. Yes, it's nepotism. Yes, it's nakednism. And yes, it's niggas. It's what it is. Okay? It's what it is. And the point remains the same. I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to be real with you 100. I'll say it a million times. Had that been me, if that had been Solo Jones sitting there, he walked up to me, I'd have said, damn right, hit me, nigga. You worth $1 billion? I'd let that nigga knock the shit out of me, and I'd have laid it on the ground and got that cash, because I know damn well I was doing my job. Ain't nobody gonna get mad at me. The white people telling us to talk about LeBron James. They telling him to do that. They really telling him
Bro,
to do that.
LeBron been in the league 20 years. He ain't finna swing on you. He got a nigga that's got a gross net worth of $12,000 that's gonna stomp your fucking ears together right outside the goddamn stadium. He not gonna put his hands on you personally.
See, but that's what I'm saying. It's like the
He
real
said he got
talk.
a handyman. He got a handyman.
I'm talking about that nigga named Earl, and he from Akron. And the only reason why he live in LA is to do bad shit to niggas on LeBron's behalf.
Earl probably wear 42 jeans, he don't wear no drawers, and he squat a lot.
Earl got on basketball shorts under them jeans, no drawers.
No drawers.
Yo, here's what I want to know. All right, let me ask y'all this real quick. Like, I think I get that. I agree with Black Ron 100%. But as a father, because I think most of us on the panel fathers, all right, that's an instinct that you can't just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't turn that off. Somebody fucking with your kid, if you invested in your kid, if you not the deadbeat, then it don't matter whether it's right or wrong, whether you look like you bullying or not. It's justified because you are being Papa Bear to baby boy. You know what I'm saying? So in that regard, does this, from a fathership standpoint, does it make sense? Whether he's justified in it or not, I get what you're saying, Black Ron, but as a father, as a black man father to a black child, let's leave the groupies alone. We know what's going on behind closed doors, but let's go with what's on the picture on the wall over the fireplace. LeBron got a black family right now, and he's being a black father to this black son, and he's approaching somebody who's coming at his son. From that perspective, Black Ron, did he do the right thing?
LeBron got a show called The Talk, right? I mean, The Shop, right?
The Shop.
Yeah, the barbershop.
Didn't he have Stephen A. on as a guest on his show one of them seasons?
Did he? I
think they did. I think they did.
I believe Stephen A. was a guest on The Shop. That means he got Stephen A. personal fucking contact information.
He said
if not, he got $1 billion motherfucking dollars. Stephen A. ain't that hard to find. If you were that emblazoned by what the fuck he said, if you were that embroiled by that other grown man's opinion about your grown man of a child, then why you didn't reach out to that nigga personally? You could have waited. He was at the fucking stadium. You know, he probably coming to the locker room after the game. You could have pulled him to the side and G-checked the fuck out of him. Where didn't nobody know that conversation took place. And it would have been a real nigga conversation amongst real niggas. You showed out on that man because you knew that everybody was going to take their fucking phone out. You knew that you was on them fucking cameras.
I bet you next game, that Stephen A. go to the LeBron playing, he gonna sit in the box seat.
And I wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't blame him because what you not finna make me do is look like no hoe. I gotta live out here, nigga. I live in California too. And you lucky they got metal detectors in here, nigga. Because if that had been a real life situation, if he'd have walked up on Stephen A. on the streets, Stephen A. is from New York. He's 6 feet and he's damn near 60, if not in his 60s. Cuz probably got that pistol on him. And if you'd have walked your big ass up on that
Stephen A. response.
I heard him. I heard that whole ass response. Stephen A. has always.
That was some whole ass shit.
It's funny you mentioned.
Man, look at that nigga hairline. Stephen A. has always did the right thing, nigga. He gave up his hairline for the company line.
There's a dry erase marker.
Nigga always toe the line. Goddamn.
Just put.
Look at that picture right there.
Bed.
Look at that picture right there. If you put LeBron,
that are false. People was talking about LeBron called me out my name, or somebody else saw somebody said he called me a bitch. Somebody said he called me a punk and all this. None of that is true.
He called you a pussy ass nigga. That's what I heard him say.
He approached me during the game.
He said, look at your pussy ass nigga.
He said, stop effing with my son. That's my effing son. Stop effing with my son. I said, what? Nah, man. Straight up, man to man. Real talk. Stop effing with my son. And I saw how furious he was.
You saw that big ass nigga hanging over you.
I said, we can talk about it later. Nah, F that. Stop effing with my son. That's my son. I said, all right, dog. Fine. And he walked away. That's all he said. Let me just put to bed a couple of things that have been reported that are false. People was talking about LeBron called me out my name, or somebody else saw somebody said he called me a bitch. Somebody said he called me a punk and all this. None of that is true.
Would he say it was true if it was? Like
no.
That man
called me.
Well, he called him bro.
He said Stephen A. said Stephen A. said, well, I wish I had your hairline. And LeBron said, man, I wish I had your middle patch. That's what happened.
What do you say? This is her club for Bosley? Like,
yeah.
More to
say. These two bad haired niggas.
For the 3 UFC 313 main card events taking place Saturday night at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Jalen Turner versus Ignacio Bahamondes. Justin.
That's the fight I was going to holler at y'all about later.
Man, we don't give a fuck about that nigga pigs. Man, no. Okay. So let me just say real shit. I'm gonna say some real shit since we're in a room full of real men. Niggas have allowed themselves to become too familiar with Stephen A. and familiarity breeds contempt. Because Stephen A. called you niggas brothers and kings on TV, as opposed to thugs and criminals and heathens and divas like these other media pundits, because he walked with a bop. Everybody knows Stephen A. got a mean bop when he walked. Because he dap you niggas up. Because he been in the game longer than all of you niggas been in the league, including you, the elder statesman, LeBron James Sr. Stephen A. has went to bat for your goofy head ass your entire career. When niggas was saying that you was a diva, a prima donna, you couldn't get it done. You was a choke artist. When San Antonio swept your goof ass, even though you was the crown prince of the NBA. When you went down to South Beach and everybody said that you would create the diva team and thus creating this whole super team culture that the NBA is enraptured with now. When everybody was coming at your neck, it was hairline back here, Stephen A. Smith, that had your back the most.
Wow.
And you have allowed yourself to become so cool with this nigga that you'll try that man in front of everybody, in front of the world to see, because you knew all them cameras was popping. You knew that was going to be good media.
Okay. You said all that
you
now.
Knew,
so LeBron went on to do great things after all that. So why can't Bronny? Why can't what LeBron said? Give my son
Ain't nobody saying Bronny can't go on to do great things. What I'm saying is LeBron, when he was getting his son in the league, and ain't nobody saying that personally, used the nepotism. Every black athlete, every black man in power that has the opportunity to carve a niche for your children, do so, nigga. That's the whole reason why you up there, is to make something happen for your loved ones. But tell the truth about their ability to deliver. Don't overpromise and underdeliver. If I had my brother on a show, I'm not going to tell you that my brother is a feature. I'm going to tell you that my brother got a hot 10.
Thank you.
I'm not going to let you give my little brother, even though I know he's funny, even though he has helped me write jokes, even though I know he had a fledgling stand-up career, even though I know he got a good 10 minutes, even though that's my brother and I love him and I want nothing but the best for him. I'm not going to oversell. I'm not going to tell you that he has capabilities that he's incapable of.
You think Gerald Kelly
what LeBron did is equivalent to
Don't you go there.
telling you that my homegirl, that telling you that my girl got a homegirl for you and that she a bad bitch.
Hey, but like I say,
the dog she a diamond. She a diamond. When she pulled up, she was a 5.
Go ahead,
each NBA team got 15 players, and only 10 or 12 of them play at a time. So that's 3 on the bench that don't play. Every team has that. So why can't LeBron be one of them kids, son be one of them players that's on his way up, that's sitting on the bench?
Bo P. You got kids, bro? My bad. Just kind of getting to know each other. You got kids?
Yeah.
All right. Would you let your kids? Would you let your kids feature? Would you let your kids feature for you on the road?
Or better yet, would you let them headline? Would you send them over? If say Black Ron said, "Hey, I need somebody," and you say, "Well, will you send his son the headline at Black Ron's Comedy Club?" You send without going. You say, "I'm gonna send my son over there."
No, I got you booked, Bo P. You can't make it. You know several capable headliners that could sub for you.
Right.
Would you send your son instead?
Yes. Have you seen some of these sorry ass comics? Yes, I would. There's some sorry motherfuckers out there that didn't work.
Well, your name ain't gonna be shit.
No, I said you know several capable headliners. You called me, Black Ron. I know you got me booked. I know you sent me the deposit. Let me reschedule. I got some shit came up, brother to brother. I say no problem, OG. We'll reschedule, but I'm not giving you another deposit on that new date. Cool. I said, but can you help me find a sub? I got the perfect sub for you. Now you right there in Atlanta, OG. You know everybody. I need somebody who can come bring it like how you would bring it. I got the perfect nigga for you. He my son.
Well,
So but come on, Bo. You got that great.
I wouldn't send none of these sorry niggas nowhere. I'm sorry. These sorry niggas, I wouldn't send none of them nowhere, bro.
But
I
you
ain't
wouldn't
gonna lie
send
to
your
you.
son.
I send my son up or I send solo, goddamn. I'm just fucking.
Oh shit! Damn, yo, solo. Yo, that was a straight shot.
My son ain't never told a joke. My son ain't never told a joke. I still send before I send these niggas out here, man. No, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
You asked him. You asked him. He gave you the answer. Goddamn.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
He is being truthful, and that's all we.
At least I know how the nigga feel.
I believe wholeheartedly. Sorry, Solo. I believe wholeheartedly in nepotism. I already established that earlier. Look, I don't think there's anything wrong with with giving away generational wealth and accomplishments. Like, that's stupid to be against that, honestly. I get the people who mad at people whose parents didn't do what they're supposed to do, but that's the way life is. It's being dishonest about it. He deserves to be here over the rest of the folks who have already tried and deserve to be in this spot. Remember, when Bronny's on the court, somebody's not. You know what I'm saying? Somebody with actual talent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Somebody who actually was.
Somebody whose family really need this nigga to get a guaranteed contract so that he can continue to sustain them. I'm fool enough to believe that LeBron took some of his check and made it Bronny's check.
Wow.
Yeah, they did that. I believe that too.
That nigga is not missing $8 million, my nigga. When it gives his son a sense of autonomy and independence, and it creates something that has never been done before in the NBA, which are active father and son both actively playing in the league and on the same team. You know what I'm saying? I get to bring him in and make sure that he's only being rookie hazed in the proper way. I can also help better his game as I get ready to retire. Y'all was supposed to give me 138 million. Give me 130. Give my son the 8.
But have you noticed though, Black Ron, how this isn't happening with Deion Sanders? You don't see.
No, that's because Deion is a narcissist.
Oh, come on.
We're talking about two different personality types.
Yo, hold up, man.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
We talking about two different personality types. And we're talking, okay then. All right then, Vinny Ray. You went here, goddammit. You brought up the megalomaniac.
Hold on, Ron. Let me make my point. You may be right about Deion's personality and him being a narcissist, but what I'm specifically speaking about is the pushing out of Shedeur Sanders, almost looking like he might be a damn near first-round draft pick, possibly even the first draft
That
pick.
boy is not going first round.
Yeah, because they pushed him back already.
Shedeur's not going first round?
No.
He'll probably go first round, but he'll be first round.
You know who the first quarterback coming off the board is going to be?
Yeah.
Quinn Ewers.
Oh, really?
No, the boy out of Ole Miss. The boy out of Ole Miss was for Quinn Ewers.
You might be right, Bo. Because Ole Miss had a better fucking year than Texas did.
Well, my point
Cam
is,
Ward gonna be the first quarterback. Cam Ward's gonna be the first quarterback.
That's what I was gonna say. Cam Ward's probably gonna be in that first round too. But the point is,
so now we saying Shedeur, we already done said just out of that spitball, he's fourth on the quarterback depth chart, my nigga. He's second round at best.
Yeah, second round at best.
There's a whole like.
Keep in mind. Cam Ward has played about 6 years in college. He went to two or three different teams, so he has some experience under his belt. The boy at Ole Miss shows some natural talent, but Shedeur Sanders will get picked in the first round. He's that good of a quarterback.
There's no way possible.
But y'all also have to keep in mind Deion done already opened his fucking mouth and said there's 4 or 5 teams that Shedeur absolutely cannot go to. What if them the only teams that got a quarterback spot open?
They won't. Nigga, Deion Sanders' son is a draw. It don't matter if the team sucks. They gonna sell out. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think
they gonna sell the first 3 games like motherfuckers did for LeBron Jr. Oh shit! It's LeBron, Deion Sanders, James Jr.
This isn't Bronny. This isn't an untalented dude being forced into an area where he's not going to produce. This is a guy who actually has the stats, who actually carried their team to the postseason.
Actually has what stats? Did you look at his? Did you look at his touchdown to interception ratio?
Compared
because the boy throw picks like his last name Prescott.
Wow. Okay. Listen.
I disagree.
I'm lying.
I'm not saying you're lying.
No, you're not lying.
He
threw, in that last championship game, he threw like 4 picks, man.
I'm finna say, how many picks did the nigga throw in the motherfucking Chick-fil-A game? I mean what was it called? Alamo game? The last bowl game that he played in.
The boy is a student of the game. He's a student of the game. He has the talent. He has the talent. He has the arm. He has the foot speed.
There y'all go talking about that. He'll be good in 2 or 3 years, shit, like y'all did with LB Jr.
Oh, yes. Lord. Bro,
niggas is going into the league today. Niggas is getting a motherfucking rotator cuffs and kneecaps turned around in training camp this year. Niggas is gonna be on Hard Knocks talking about getting that. Hey, coach, want to see you in the locker room, in the office. Bring your playbook. Conversation this year. Niggas are getting their hopes and dreams dashed this year. Don't come telling me about what the fuck a nigga gonna do 2-3 years from now. Because that's 2-3 sets of niggas whose dreams are gonna die while this nigga gets to live a reality that he ain't ready to realize.
So if you're looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers,
let me get a drink off that.
Looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers and you're looking at maybe a Russell Wilson being your starter. Russell Wilson, who I don't think anybody on this panel is going to sit there and argue is still in his prime. You're saying that Shedeur Sanders doesn't have any value to bring to a team like that that's dealing with a past prime quarterback who may be able to get you some catches, but is going to try to do too much. His knee going to blow out. He's going to have injuries. You saying that he doesn't at least give Justin Fields, he at least doesn't give like, I don't want to, I mean, there's some, the dude's going to be more than likely, you're going to get your money back within the first few games on this dude. You know what I'm saying? He don't even have to get you to the playoffs.
You just said that nigga coming in third on the fucking depth chart.
Let me tell you why. Because sports is not always driven by stats. Sports is driven by ticket sales. It's still an entertainment business. It's still about
not football.
Yes, the fucking oh my god. Bo Peter's a Cowboys fan.
As am I. Nigga, I'm the one who gave you this argument about why the Cowboys is still a winning franchise.
And that's
what I'm talking about. We're not talking about the franchise success. We're talking about the Stephen A conversation that is going to take place on all the sports shows where motherfuckers who dick ride for Deion, just like niggas who dick ride for LeBron, are going to sit up there and not tell the truth about Shedeur. Did y'all notice that we ain't talking about Shiloh at all?
Look, there's a reason why I'm talking about Shedeur, because Shedeur is mentioned in the top 1 draft picks. Shiloh is
Hold on. Wait a minute. Have y'all not heard of a young nigga named Travis Hunter?
Obviously,
yes.
We talked about a nigga for like an hour.
What about a nigga named Jimmy Horn Jr.?
You gonna name all the Colorado?
I'm just talking about all the niggas that are guaranteed to get drafted probably before Shedeur and definitely before Shiloh.
If Shedeur Sanders had Ohio State offensive line, he would have had all them picks, I promise you.
If Shedeur Sanders would have cut the apron strings and went and did his own thing, he could have been the quarterback at Ohio State.
But without his dad,
why not go with your father?
Why not go with your father?
They did something
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why he shouldn't go with his father. What school did he sign to when he left high school?
Jackson.
No, the fuck he didn't. He transferred to Jackson.
Oh, my bad. Whoops.
What school did he commit to?
Was it UCF?
Florida State.
Florida State, yeah.
Oh, because daddy.
Because his daddy just knew he was going to get himself a coaching job at his alma mater.
And he should have.
Until he fucking didn't.
Yeah, this is true.
He fucked up Shadur's capital because he wouldn't let him go be his own fucking man.
But look here, man, they did something never been done. He took a team that had a losing record, won one game the year before they got there. And he went from an HBCU to a powerhouse and took them to 2 bowl games. Come on now.
And he also put another black man out of a job because Deion Sanders is Colorado's 3rd black coach in a row.
He's the winning one. He's the winning.
Colorado ain't been shit since the 90s when what's his name went to Colorado. Who was that came out of Colorado in the 90s? Cordell Stewart.
But look at where they at now. And also, can we also just kind of
no, nigga, you talking about ticket sales because we can't be talking about what type of team they are now.
I mean, I still believe that they go hand in hand. I'm sorry, it's just a fact, man. I mean, if you could draft somebody.
Do you think that team? How many wins did they win this year? Which was phenomenally, astronomically more than 1. I'm giving you that.
10. They won 10.
Yeah, they went from 1 game to 9. They won 9 games. They lost the bowl game. They won 9 games. But they just lost all 5 of their superstars.
I just want to pour a little cold water on the notion that being at Florida State would Florida State is not the Florida State of old. They're not Bobby Bowden's Florida State Seminoles that produces maybe
that's the only way Deion thought he was gonna get a job because they clearly needed new coaching and new staffing off in that bitch.
And it feels like they should have offered it to him, especially with him being alumni. But
no, because the first thing you need is a degree in order to be a college coach. He didn't have a fucking degree.
Colorado picked it. What you mean? He didn't no damn degree.
In order to get the job at Jackson State fast-tracked him and gave him a fucking degree.
Okay.
But my point is,
Florida State said, nigga, we not giving you no degree in order to give you no job, nigga. It's not our fault you didn't graduate.
You know why? Because it was a good old white boy system. But a coach
hey man, y'all making excuses. Y'all making excuses when all of our life, since we've been everything from American cargo to American citizens, we've had to do twice as much to be considered half as good. Why is it today's times niggas trying to do just as much as white folks and think that we're going to measure on their metric? We already know we got to do doubly much.
He did that.
We already know we got to do twice as much to be considered half as good.
Deion did that.
No, if you need a degree to coach Division I college football, that is an NCAA rule.
That's the politics of it. That's not the talent of it. That's the politics of it. That's not
We're
the
not
ability
talking
of
about
it.
fucking talent because we don't know talent. Because
Deion
guess what?
Deion went to a school that lost one game in the last 2 years.
And that ain't got shit to do with Deion. That ain't got shit to do with Deion being a head coach. That got shit to do with Deion being popular enough to get it. Good staff, great trainers, great offensive coordinator, great defensive coordinator, great linebacker coordinator, great fucking sponsorship. And that means that Deion can be able to draft all the fucking best players from the transfer portal. He's getting all the best niggas. That's how he got Travis fucking Hunter, who was an Alabama commit.
That's what every team needs, the best nigga. What the fuck you talking about?
None of that was Deion. None of that is Deion. That's those people's talents.
Shit, none of that is Jerry Jones. None of that is the coaching for the Cowboys. They need good defensive coordinator, need good offensive coordinator, and you need good goddamn players. So every team needs the same goddamn thing.
I agree with you. I agree, which is why that's why Jerry Jones can never celebrate the win nor be held guilty for the defeat because he's not the one wearing the fucking uniform. Jerry ain't ran now fucking play for the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry ain't hiked now ball, ain't threw now touchdown, ain't caught now pass, ain't rushed now yard.
So Dion brings in coaches that nobody else wanted, and now that they win, you say that's a default.
What are you talking about? Coaches that nobody else wanted. Dion brought in niggas who didn't even know that they wanted to coach.
Right.
Dion
And
called
they
a bunch of
won
niggas
with
who
him.
was
And
sitting
he
on their
won with him. He
couch.
told him, yeah, you can be a good coach. Warren Sapp.
Okay,
he done
great.
brought in the running back coach now this year. He brought what's his
Great.
name? He bringing him in.
Great.
And these guys who played the game, he bringing guys who played the game and know what it takes to win. So what's wrong with that?
Niggas that played the game are the worst coaches.
Man, them the one know what it takes to train and be at this level.
Any fucking sport. Across any fucking sport. Only thing a nigga can tell you is what it took for him to win.
So you said you could take a commentator like Stephen A. Smith and make him a coach because he knows the game. Okay,
Hell no.
then.
But you know who you can take? A motherfucker like Joe Buck, a motherfucker like Howie Long, a motherfucker like DeMarcus Ware, a motherfucker like one of these niggas like off the pivot, like a Fred Taylor, a motherfucker who was great at their job but didn't win a ring.
Joe Buck, the announcer from St. Louis?
Fucking right. That nigga's John Madden Jr. That nigga's John Madden Jr.
Oh,
but you gotta know how to lead people. You gotta know how to lead people.
Who sat right next to John Madden and Pat Summerall while he was a rookie broadcaster?
He knows how to call plays, bro. Like he knows how to tell you.
No, what I'm saying is because
away from being on a first down, but the nigga don't know whether or not you should run a sweep, a nickel defense. Like, give me a break. Look at JJ Redick, who's coaching the Lakers.
JJ Redick, who's coaching the Lakers. JJ Redick, who's coaching the Lakers. He was a player. He knew what it takes to win.
And guess what? That's Darvin Ham's team he's coaching.
Oh my God.
A great player who never got a ring. Darvin Ham.
Come on, man. Yo, JJ's been there for like how long? It's been like what, 7?
One season.
JJ
one fucking season.
You know what? I confuse him for I always confuse JJ and the other white boy.
They all look alike.
Kerr, yeah. Steve Kerr. I always get them confused for some reason.
Steve Kerr, yeah, he was a player. Yeah, you mean to tell me he don't know how to coach?
That was Mark Jackson's team. That was Mark Jackson's team.
They know what it takes to train.
That was Mark Jackson's team. That was Mark Jackson's team.
But how long Mark Jackson been gone and he been winning with it since he been gone?
But the system was already set.
Fuck no. It was Mark Jackson who drafted Wardell Curry, who drafted Klay Thompson, who drafted Draymond Green, who brought over Andre Iguodala and put all them niggas together. That was his concept.
They said Mark Jackson wasn't a leader. He wasn't the kind of leader they needed to play.
Fuck out of here. He was a leader.
Fuck out of here. Mark Jackson ain't that kind of leader.
To me, he should have got that.
You mean Mark Jackson wasn't that kind of leader?
They in the locker room, it wasn't no cohesion in the locker room, man. That's what they were saying.
No. Do you want to tell the fucking truth, Bo? Mark Jackson was saved, and he had them niggas coming to prayer meeting and holding Bible study.
Right.
And that's why they fucking fired him.
Exactly. So some of them niggas are sinners.
What you talking about exactly?
They're not no goddamn.
What you talking about exactly?
Them niggas want to play basketball. They don't want to pray. Them niggas want to play basketball. They didn't need no goddamn.
But that ain't got nothing to do with his coaching ability.
I know he should have got another
ability.
job. I agree. He should have got another job. But they were saying he's not the leader they needed in the locker room. You got guys he was.
No. Because when Phil Jackson had niggas in that motherfucker doing yoga and burning incense and doing seances and humming and shit, nobody said a motherfucking thing.
Well, yeah, because they were winning.
They didn't give Mark the chance to win. He had just put the fucking team together.
So let me ask you this. Why hadn't Mark Jackson got another job since then?
Because they blackballed him. You just said it.
Niggas ain't got time to be praying. They need niggas practicing.
No, what they want is a coach who gonna turn a blind eye and let his players drink and dope themselves out of their peak conditioning. What they gonna do is let niggas trick their money off and be broke in 3 or 4 years. They want another white man that's gonna keep the motherfucking system going. They don't want somebody who really was the dog, who really was the leader on their team. Mark Jackson was the leader on the Knicks. Mark Jackson was the leader on the Pacers.
I think you should have got another job, but for
Steve
some
Kerr
reason
whole
he
ass
hasn't.
came off the bench and played garbage minutes at the end of every game and shot a couple choice jumpers. We not gonna play like he was some cold ass basketball mind.
But he
Kerr,
done won.
Steve Kerr,
he got rings.
Steve Kerr ain't Rudy Tomjanovich. Steve Kerr ain't Greg Popovich. Steve Kerr ain't even Pat Riley.
John Paxson.
Steve Kerr got as many rings as all of them. He got as many rings as all of them.
He played with Michael Jordan.
Exactly. So
And
he
guess
knows what it takes to be a winner.
Michael Jordan, and guess what? When it comes to Michael Jordan stats, you want to know an uncomfortable truth that niggas don't say out loud?
Uh-oh.
Scottie Pippen got most of the same stats that Mike got.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
But niggas don't be talking about Scottie in the greatest ever conversation. As a matter of fact, Scottie got more defensive player of the years, more all-star selections, and he was captain of the team more times than Mike was.
Okay. Who was the best player?
Can't say Mike was captain of the team because they didn't really want him as captain of the team. He was most hated.
Hold on, wait, Ron. If what you say is true, then why didn't Scottie win after Michael left?
Scottie took them boys to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah,
you go check your record. You go check your record.
That was? What team that was?
They lost to a 7'1", 280-pound Shaquille O'Neal.
Answer the question.
Yeah.
Horace Grant, who was just on their team as their leading power forward, went down to Orlando.
Oh, that's why
the Bulls lost to Orlando. Orlando played Houston in the fucking finals, bro.
What they got to do with anything? Michael stayed out 2 years and came back.
It says a lot, because what I'm saying is just to piggyback on what was said. It says a lot because
when Mike came back, Shaq was in LA.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Niggas don't remember the timeline correctly.
It don't matter. He still came back and won. I don't give a fuck what Shaq was. Mike still came back and won.
No. His question was, why didn't Scottie win while Mike was gone? Like Scottie, like they lost in the playoffs.
Let's not pretend
why
like
didn't he win?
The Magic beat Michael Jordan. He had just came back from his baseball stint, and he had actually got kicked out of the playoffs by the Orlando Magic, who did have Shaquille O'Neal, who did have Penny Hardaway. They was unstoppable that year.
And Horace Grant. And Dennis
Mike was out of shape when he came. Mike was out of shape when he came back.
With Horace Grant. Yes. So
now you making motherfucking excuses. Mike was out of shape.
When he came
And guess what? The year after that, it was a strike year, and they had a bubble fucking season. But niggas don't count that bubble season when they talk about Mike's 6 rings.
But the question still stands.
That's how he was able to make Space Jam. The NBA was on strike.
If Pippen was just as good as Michael, then he should have just as many, if not at least one ring without it. And he just
the reason why
that don't make sense.
No, nigga, do you not understand that the NBA rings are scripted?
Yeah.
That shit is decided upon, nigga.
Here we go.
Oh, we on that same
Mike was the perennial star on the Chicago Bulls. The other perennial stars at that time was Charles Barkley on the Phoenix Suns, Shaquille O'Neal on the Orlando Magic,
David Robinson,
Kobe Bryant.
David Robinson. Kobe Bryant was not no fucking star then. He was on the goddamn bench playing behind Nick Van Exel.
He was a star.
98?
No, the fuck he wasn't. No, the fuck he wasn't. No, the fuck he wasn't. No, he was not.
No, listen.
Not in 96. He had just got drafted.
Okay. The boy was bad.
Mike came back in 96. They three-peated 96, 97, 98. 99, San Antonio won. And then Kobe became a star after he had been playing with Shaq for 2 years.
He had to get it. Hey, He had to get his time in, I assume. I don't know, but Michael Jordan was a bad motherfucker.
Well, no, his coach
Michael
was a
Jordan won.
dickhead.
Michael Jordan was a winner. I don't
Kobe's
give a
coach
damn who
was
he
a
had playing with
Kobe's
him.
coach was a
Michael Jordan
dickhead
was a winner.
motherfucker. Kobe's coach was a whole ass nigga who didn't believe in letting rookies play.
Well,
that ain't Michael's fault.
No, it's
But
not.
I think LeBron just went off on this whole tangent about how Scottie Pippen got just as good stats as Michael Jordan, but at the end of the day, which stat matters the most? It's when he holds up his hand and got all these rings on him, and there's no.
Well, he's still holding up his
Scottie
hand
got the same amount of rings, Vince. What the fuck are you talking about?
Scottie can't get a ring without Jordan. I could say the same thing.
And Jordan didn't get a
And Jordan couldn't get a ring without Scottie.
Scottie had an opportunity to do it without Jordan.
Jordan went to the Wizards. Why he didn't win the 3 years he was at the Wizards?
Yeah,
He didn't even make the fucking playoffs.
He was the only thing on the Wizards.
Look,
he didn't even make the fucking playoffs.
Who else on the Wizards? Who else could you name that played with Michael Jordan on the Wizards? That worth the damn?
Popeye Jones.
Worth the damn on the Wizards.
Popeye Jones.
Oh Lord.
That's it.
Okay, look. Hey, listen.
Okay, can I say something?
No, you can't say shit. No, we talking right now.
No, Solo.
How did I get in there? All right, let me say something because it just don't make no sense. You gotta look at the point that he's making because I would make the same point. Scottie Pippen, everything Jordan says he done pretty much. Scottie Pippen has mirrored that all the way. All the way, they both are damn near equal, and you got to give it that. Now personally, I say Michael Jordan is better than Scottie Pippen. I mean, to me, but Scottie Pippen is just as good as Michael Jordan in some sense. He was without him, none of those championships was able to accomplish without Scottie Pippen doing what he was doing. No. Scottie Pippen was a strong point in all the games. That only one game I was pissed off at Scottie Pippen. That game he quit on them, and I don't know if y'all remember that. He quit on the team and sat his ass on the bench and said he was sick, and they lost that game.
They fucked him out. They fucked him out of his money. That's the only reason why people consider Mike to be astronomically better than Scottie. Because when people be talking about, the who in the GOAT conversation, they always go Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, or Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, depending on who you talking to. But niggas never throw Scottie Pippen in the mix nowhere. And I'd be like, do you niggas not know what Scott Pippen did?
Yeah, Scottie was a bad boy.
Maybe because y'all look at him like he was Jordan's fucking Robin to his Batman. No, these niggas was Batman and Superman on the same fucking team.
On the same team.
Scottie Pippen was a #1 draft pick too.
Scottie defended the best player on the other team, and he also was a good shooter. And he was a hustler. He rebound, block shots. Scottie did it all, but Michael Jordan was the key.
Scottie don't get his. Mike don't get his first 3 rings without Scottie, and he don't get the second 3 rings without Scottie and Rodney.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying too. Without the other, it couldn't be done, and that's just what it is. Because Michael Jordan was doing the best with the Wizards. He was doing, but it proved that he still needed these keys, these guys, to make it happen. And that's why Michael Jordan said, "You know what? I'm out. I don't got the keys.
All I want to know is
the guys to do it."
All I want to know is, Solo, why you in black and white and the rest of us in color?
I thought that nigga was sepia as hell, my damn self.
Yeah, that nigga is black and white.
This nigga is fading in time. I don't know what the fuck going on, boy. I hear barbershop quartet behind this nigga.
Yeah.
Something about man.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I really don't. Let me see. I don't know. I'm here though.
Yeah.
Yo, well, listen, man. I'm glad we took a couple of seconds, man, because we wanted to go ahead. We got some more folks in the chat.
Shut up! The crowd just laughing at me. Shut up! Thank you. Silence!
Hailing from a great city, St. Louis, my nigga. It is none other, man. I hope we're here to talk a little bit of baseball because baseball is popping right now. It is none other than the ball. Wait, ball in the bed. I don't even know if he's supposed to be on here. Wait, ball. That's a nice jersey, homeboy.
I see you got the St. Louis girl on too.
Hey, Ron, you remember me, right?
Yeah, definitely. Taylor's, y'all. I know the whole family. We went to church together back in the day. Yeah, Vince.
How Damon doing?
He good, man. He still live in Columbia. He went to school out in Missouri, so he still live out there. My mama still live in St. Louis, and my oldest brother live in St. Louis. He ain't go to church with us back in the day, but so I get there. I go back a couple times a year. So
I remember Aaron and I remember Damon and I remember these niggas always had the illest Transformers on the block, my nigga. Like these niggas always had the Transformers earlier than everybody else. But yeah, man, I see we still holding down the St. Louis flag, even though I heard you turn shit up in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And we still Card fans. I mean, do you ever go to the games out there at Truist Field?
I don't, man. I don't. I watch it. I'm more of a it's something about them crowds where it be that packed. Like I feel more comfortable tailgating where I gotta wait out. Like somehow when I be in them, I'm more of I watch a game at the house or I watch it. It's something about being in them stadiums that I don't really like that. I don't like having to pay $50 to park and then I ain't really, it ain't the same team. Like I rep St. Louis because this represents the city. But it ain't like I grew up on that Tony Pena, Pedro Guerrero, Willie McGee, Ozzie Smith. Like this is Ozzie Smith jersey. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't right. So it just right. So this it just ain't the same no more. You know what I'm saying? Like baseball ain't what it was. I root for the team, but it's more nostalgic for me. Like I couldn't tell you one person on St. Louis. Be honest with you, I couldn't tell you one. That's a shame. That's a shame. I couldn't tell you one.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, they ain't popping like they used to. When we was coming up, they was so good, man. They was winning World Series. They was in the playoffs. We had Whitey Ball. Then they went to Joe Torre. Then they went to Tony La Russa. And we was able to sit there and our stadiums was packed. I used to take the Metro to Busch Stadium, man, and sit there in the back and watch these games, wait them fireworks go off. Bro, that's what made me love baseball. That's why I think as growing up in St. Louis, we didn't really have until the Rams, because remember we lost the Cardinals in the 80s, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Phoenix. And then we got the Rams back for a little bit from LA, and then we got the greatest show on turf. They would go down to Edward Jones. You see him then, and then after they left, it was like I ain't got no football team. Baseball's the only thing left. If you're a Blues fan, maybe, but there ain't no basketball team really in baseball. In St. Louis, unless you're gonna root for like Mizzou or something. So this is what ends up making me a huge baseball fan. Then I moved down to Florida, and all they had is magic down here.
Not baseball.
So I'm just happy now. Baseball. I don't know why y'all be tripping. I'm gonna bring in Bo P because Bo P here as well, and Bo P, if I'm not mistaken, is also into the baseball game. You know what I'm saying? So we do a little baseball here.
Turn your phone. Wait ball. Turn your phone.
Yeah, wait ball. Let's get the full
There you go. The whole 8 ball. I want the whole weight ball.
But yeah, man. So Bo P say just like me, bro. He still watch baseball, and right now, for me personally, it's exciting because I don't know if y'all are aware of this or not, but baseball has been trying to get people re-interested in the game, and they've been making a whole bunch of changes to try to make it so that it's not as boring anymore. I mean, we keep it in mind, like back in the day, Bo. I don't know if you've been to baseball games. I know Ron and I have chatted about going to baseball games, but a game could last you 4 or 5 hours back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You'd be at a game like forever. They put a pitch clock on now. 15 seconds you got. Once you hit the mound, you got 15 seconds, and you got to go ahead. And if you don't, then you can give away a ball. They also have made the bases bigger. They are 2 inches bigger, 0.5 on each side. They also made it so you can only try to throw out somebody on base twice. So you have 2 opportunities to throw somebody out. They've also made challenges. So now if somebody kind of like, I don't know if y'all recall back in '88, freaking we lost a game in the World Series because there was a bad call on first base. That wouldn't happen in today because they'll do instant replays. Stolo's pushing buttons. We also now have a strike replay for what they call an ABS system. So if you show a strike and the hitter has a problem, and because it was called a strike, you be like, nah, man, that wasn't no strike. And then they can actually say, all right, well, let's look at the replay. The computer will tell you whether or not it was a strike or a ball. My question is, does this appeal to any of y'all? I know that I'm in the minority as it comes to being like a huge baseball fan. It's like following baseball as if it's like a comic book. But I feel like the effort that they've made to try to bring people in, you know what I'm saying, having the Swingman Classic with the HBCUs, having a Negro Leagues game at Rickwood in Alabama, like I feel like none of it has really resonated with the folks that they're trying to come into the game of baseball. What do you say, Bo P?
I love the new game. It's faster, like you say. It don't take as much time to watch a game now, and it's more exciting because you got the strike zone. You can actually see for yourself if it was a strike or a ball. I love the way they speed up the game. I just don't like the fact it's not more black
Yes.
people playing baseball. It's
100%.
not enough black. When I grew up, there was a black baseball field in every neighborhood, and kids were playing. Even though a lot of us didn't make it to the pros, we were playing the game. But now, as I drive around to communities, I never see all the black baseball fields are empty. There's no black kids playing baseball, and baseball is one of the most money earning sports there is. And I think it should be introduced to more black kids in the neighborhood. That's the only thing I don't like about baseball. But
That's
I was a
Michael
big
Jordan's
Oakland
fault,
A's
Bo.
fan. Huh? So what?
That's Michael Jordan's fault. I'll get to it when it's my turn, but that's Michael Jordan's fault.
Okay, but yeah, I was a big Oakland A's fan. I used to be a big Oakland A's fan when I lived in Oakland. I really love watching the A's play. I went to the games a lot. I've been to Truist Field. I've seen Atlanta. It's a beautiful field. If you ever get a chance, Atlanta have a beautiful stadium for baseball, man. It's no bad seat in the house. But other than that, man, I just love to see more black kids playing the sport because it's a lot of money and it's less chances of getting hurt. Baseball is a great sport. I played it all my life growing up. And Big Ron, you can go ahead.
What's up, Ronnie? Solo, stop pushing buttons.
Wait, what up, my nigga?
What's up with your man? Doing good?
Yeah, I'm good. I just want to know why you turned sideways like you're a pastor on a church program. If you don't center your fucking self. This nigga trying to sit skinny.
I got a lot going
this
on.
Nigga, you see that nigga? He's trying to sit profile like he was in a senior picture and shit.
Yeah,
sit your ass center to the fucking camera.
Hey, Ron, he seemed like going to the tailgate. The tailgate is bigger to sit on than them damn seats in the stadium. That's why.
Type shit, and the food better, cheaper too.
I don't like that shit.
Look, man, the fact of the matter is, I'm not for it. I like the Swingman Classic. I like the Ken Griffey Jr. Legends of the Game. I like the fact that they damn near 100 years later giving black people their just acknowledgement for all of the ways that we've contributed to professional baseball. That aside, all these new ways that they trying to make the game not the game, I don't like. They neutering the fucking sport the same way they did with football. Sports take 4 hours. Grown men know this. This is why professional sports were delegated and resonated specifically for grown men. Boxing matches. If you go to the boxing match and watch all 4 cards, that's a 4-hour endeavor. You go play around the golf 18 holes, that's 4 hours. You go to a football game, that's 4 hours. You go to a basketball game, that's 3.5 hours. If you go to a baseball game, it's supposed to take 4 hours.
Nah, bro. Nah, disagree.
Nobody want to see a guy throw the first base 10 times trying to get somebody out.
Well, go watch a different goddamn sport.
Nah. All right, let me tell you why I shouldn't. All right, the game of baseball was, until they initiated the shot clock, the pitch clock, was the only sport without any time constraints. Point blank, 0. There's no time. You could go up as a pitcher, stretch, do a backflip, watch a whole Netflix series, and then pitch your first pitch, and there will be nothing against.
Have you ever watched a chess match?
Yes, I watched a chess match, but that don't mean that I want to sit there and do it for 4 hours. Now, if I'm a baseball
I gave you the layup right there, Vince. I gave you the layup. You're supposed to say yes, nigga, but chess matches are also timed. When you hit the clock, you only got 90 seconds to make your next move. I gave it to you.
Fair enough, but at the same time, baseball and chess are not the same. One's a team sport and one's an individual sport, so they're incomparable as far as I'm concerned. And for me,
what I was saying is, on that pitcher mound, that's the chess match. When that dude got that glove up over his mouth and he looking at what the fucking catcher's throwing him, and he telling him, and he shaking that shit off, and they finally come up with a goddamn thing, and he looking at that man, and then he got to check his fucking runners. And then he got to look back at that nigga because that nigga might be adjusted his posture, and I might see that I can catch him slipping. So now I look at the catch, and I now, nigga. And then all of a sudden, the coach come over and.
Well, this is the question I got for you. If you are watching the chess match, Does it make the game more exciting to have the clock or not to have the clock?
No, because now I just feel like the error counter is gonna get really fucking high in baseball. Because if you're telling that man he got 15 seconds to make a decision and then deliver, that means his mechanics now have to go triple speed, which means now you're gonna have fucking pitchers throwing their backs out, or you're gonna have pitchers going wild.
Okay, well, listen, first of all, this stuff has been enacted for 2 years, so it's not new. This stuff has already been in the league, so it would have already started affecting pitchers if that was the case. Second of all, pitchers don't just go up to the mound and say, okay, I wonder what I should pitch here. You go up with your sequence in mind already. So you know my first pitch gonna be a fastball, my second gonna be a slider, my third gonna be a splitter or whatever. You don't go up there and be like, I wonder, like you've done already your recap. You've already done all of the
okay, so then why they had a whole conversation, Vince? I threw the nigga my 3-seam. He wasn't fucking with it. I threw the change up. If he hadn't hit that foul ball, he'd throw the whole out here. So now we have a conversation.
Well,
the pitcher can be quicker because the scouting report now. They know what to throw to each. The scouting reports are more in depth now than they ever been. 100%. They know they go back history on players and say, hey, he don't like it inside, he don't like it outside, he like it up and down. The scouting reports are greater now ever than in baseball than it ever was.
So are they gonna be swapping out pitchers? Because I was under the understanding that once a nigga swap you out, you can't come back in.
You can't, but there are rules. Like every pitcher has to pitch at least 3 batters. You can't just bring somebody in for 1 hitter. All right, number 1. Number 2, if you're close. Yeah, and these are things that they have to adjust to. Listen, baseball's always made adjustments. All right. At one point in time, they had to change the mound. The mound was too high. It was giving the pitchers way too much advantage. And then
basketball changed. Basketball used to be a non-contact sport. Then it came in and they got real physical. They got real physical for a while. Then they changed it back to a non-contact sport.
There was no 3-point line.
Yeah, because if y'all ever seen that footage of them white boys hitting them bounce passes with them tall shorts on, nigga. As soon as they let niggas play, all of a sudden niggas getting checked across the throat and shit. Now all of a sudden it's a flagrant foul if I touch him, but it's 2 shots if he touch me. God damn.
So let me holler at Bo, who seems to be the other baseball guy on the platform. Like my whole thing is I agree 100% with Bo. Right now, baseball, whereas it used to be the sport, like there was a time where baseball was leading in all of the sports with regard to its relevance. And I believe that TV killed that because it's boring to watch baseball on TV. Let's keep it real. If you take baseball,
nigga, have you ever watched golf? Golf gets better ratings than baseball, and golf is boring as fuck. Nigga, curling gets better ratings than baseball, and them niggas is sliding on 1 knee across ice.
But golf does not have a daily schedule. Baseball plays 162 games per team, and it goes all the way from March to October. Golf, when they have their what do you call them? Golf meets. We have your golf meet. I don't ever play golf, so sorry, guys. That's
so your ass don't know when the golf season is, nigga. Golf season is just as long as baseball season. No, it's not.
But look, let me say this. Let me say this: every sport now is even played in the off season. Is even bigger. The off season is bigger. It's just as big as the season now. And when you talk about golf, you got players who move to Florida so they can play golf year round. So most of the golfers live in Florida. So just like baseball, the strike zones, watching it on TV is more exciting than it's ever been. You can see more of the game. I'd rather watch it on TV than go watch it live because I can see the strike zone. I can see all of everything. It's like golf. They show you the arch where the ball is hit, the speed of the ball, the rotation of the ball. I like watching golf.
Oh yeah, and that shit that's coming across your TV, you can't see that shit live. That's what the graphics team is doing on whatever network you're watching, right?
Right. Yeah, that makes it more exciting.
Okay, so when the last time? Because Bo, you made the statement earlier that you would like to see more black children playing baseball. It's way less wear and tear on your body. It's 10 times more lucrative than any other professional sport. Yeah. And the longevity in it, you could do this shit for 30 fucking years at peak level.
30. Whoa, I don't know about 30, but
nigga, how long did Cal Ripken play? If you include his high school baseball, all the way up
Okay.
until his retirement.
All right, my bad. I thought you meant in the MLB. My bad.
No, nigga, I'm talking about. Man, won't you hush and let me finish making my point?
Nigga, I thought you said 30 years. I thought you were talking about MLB, but go ahead.
No, I'm talking about how long the nigga been playing the actual sport. Like Floyd Mayweather boxed for 30 years before he retired. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say, I keep saying it's Michael Jordan's fault. Because I want one of y'all to ask me what the fuck do I mean.
I thought you gonna say it. You told us you gonna say it.
No, it don't mean shit if don't want y'all if y'all don't care.
Well, what did Michael Jordan do to baseball then? What did he do?
Why you say Michael Jordan fault that baseball trip?
What did Michael Jordan do in 1994 and 1995?
Played minor league ball.
Played minor league ball for the Chicago Barons, which was the farm team for the White Sox, right?
White Sox, right.
But he got more people showing up to those Barons games than actual White Sox games, right?
Yeah. Bo Jackson had him at it when he played. They came to see him.
Royals.
But Bo Jackson was not nearly as big of a star. And I love Vincent Edward Jackson with a whole lot of my heart. But Bo Jackson wasn't nearly as big a star as Michael Jordan was.
Fair.
Michael Jordan revolutionized commercializing the athlete. When Michael Jordan left basketball to go play baseball, motherfuckers who didn't even know who the fuck was on minor league programs on their fucking rosters was showing up to minor league games just to watch Michael Jordan play. When he left and went back to basketball, he took a lot of black children's eyes away from the game of baseball as well. At that same time, the very few black stars that were there were starting to get mired in controversy. Darryl Strawberry all of a sudden was getting cocaine allegation after cocaine allegation. Ken Griffey Jr. was being called angry nigga. He was spazzing out and shit. Barry Bonds was putting his hands on white women and shit and getting, you know what I'm saying? David Justice had broke up with Halle Berry. Cecil Fielder was abusing his wife. So you had all these black baseball stars who all of a sudden were not role model type figures. Your baseball players was the only ones that was cussing during their interviews. They was the only ones spitting on camera on national TV. You know what I'm saying? They was the only ones fist fighting without no type of protective gear on. Every game, somebody gonna rush the fucking mound. And then they started being known for doing drugs and shit. So then by the time the late 90s come along, and when baseball get back popular due to the home run races between McGuire and Sosa in 98, all of a sudden, the next time you saw a dark-skinned face and he was a baseball star, his name was David Big Papi Ortiz.
Yeah.
And after that, motherfuckers took the Roberto Clemente route. All of the black faces were not black people.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you another thing that happened. I'm gonna tell you something that happened. Black kids was used to playing baseball, football, and basketball. So they didn't stay with one sport. They just stayed with one sport because there wasn't enough black kids playing baseball, so he couldn't go out there and play with them. But you got these Dominicans and Japanese players who play baseball year round. That's all they committed to. They're not big enough to play basketball.
Not only that, Bo. Not only that,
they have football teams, but they're committed to baseball year round. That's why you see more Dominican and Japanese players coming into the league because they're committed to baseball year round. When black kids, we play baseball with the baseball season, basketball with the basketball season, and football with the football season. So black kids don't commit to one sport like that. The Dominican and Japanese players commit to baseball only. They're not big enough to play football. They're not taught how to play basketball. So baseball is their game.
And well, no, because when we come to them Dominicans, them niggas are full-fledged niggas. They just as big as niggas. Like David Ortiz could have played football.
But they don't have football teams. They don't have football teams. Is what I'm saying.
So they don't have. And plus, even if they did, ain't no scouts going to fucking no jungle in fucking Bogota, Colombia to watch no goddamn longest yard football team out there. We don't give a fuck what Last Chance U was doing in Paraguay, nigga. But if a nigga can hit a 90-mile-an-hour fastball left-handed and right-handed, We'll go to
They'll find your
motherfucking
ass anywhere you
Argentina.
are.
Right. We'll
Yeah.
go to Antarctica to go get his ass. So I'm giving y'all this timeline for a reason, because what happened in, I believe, 2001, Alex
With what?
Rodriguez signed with the Texas Rangers.
Whoa. And then you get to the Yankees for Alfonso Soriano.
No. I'm talking about when he first left the Yankees to the Rangers.
No, he left from the Rangers to the Yankees.
He was signed by the Yankees. He went to the Rangers and then back to the Yankees.
Because they wouldn't let him play shortstop.
You didn't know that?
That's why he went.
Wait.
You a baseball nigga, and you didn't know that?
Was for the Yankees in 2000, and I believe it was right, because that was right after the Subway Series. Then they traded.
He was drafted and he was drafted,
and he played with them, and they could not win the World Series, and that's why it was so much of a problem. I don't recall him going back to Texas.
No, he was drafted in the early 90s by Seattle. Then he went to the Yankees. Then he went to the Rangers. Then he went back to the Yankees.
The Yankees wouldn't let him play shortstop.
The Yankees wouldn't let him play. Steinbrenner said, "Fuck you, little boy. You gonna play wherever I pay you to play." And he said,
Jeter was shortstop. Like, how you gonna make Jeter was shortstop? You ain't gonna come in and take our golden child.
Was Jeter there then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so
that's
because Jeter came out to Justice. You're right, bro. You're right. Jeter came out to Justice. I'm just keeping my timeline right. So then he came to the Dallas, Texas, and signed with the Texas Rangers at the time. Yes, nigga. Which is a suburb of Dallas.
All right. Okay, I'll just be all right, my bad. I know you in Texas right now, nigga. I know. You know better than anybody.
Hey, they don't call them the Landover Commanders.
Okay. Well, you got it. All right, can we get back to this though?
No.
Ultimately,
let me tell you about A-Rod.
Okay.
A-Rod signed at the time the biggest contract in baseball, $125 million. I'll never forget that shit. He had cock-sucking money.
Yes.
Well, after that, they started going to get, to Bo's point, South Americans and Asians that was
100%.
coming over here and playing for a stick of bubble gum in a hotel room. They didn't know that you were supposed to ask for cock-sucking money to play baseball. They was just happy to be over here in America where baseball has been very, very good to me. Nigga, they getting running water and 3 meals and able to send $50 American home a week back home. Nigga, they balling.
True.
Where American kids was like, so it's Michael Jordan's fault because after Ken Griffey Jr., Major League Baseball didn't give no big shoe deals to no other black baseball players. So they didn't try to commercialize and popularize baseball the way they was doing with football and basketball. Mike Tyson had a shoe back then. Shaq had a shoe. Dennis Rodman had a shoe. Emmitt Smith had a shoe. Alonzo Mourning had a shoe. You know, Larry Johnson had a shoe. Thurman Thomas had a shoe. All these black foot. Penny Hardaway had a shoe. You know what I'm saying?
Bo Jackson had a shoe. Bo Jackson had a shoe.
Bo Jackson had a shoe. After Ken Griffey Jr., named the last black baseball star that had his own shoe deal, that had his own commercials, that was doing McDonald's shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember in the 90s, they had Michael Jordan playing against Charles Barkley playing horse. Then they had Ken Griffey Jr. and Barry Bonds playing horse at the back cage. Then they had Wayne Gretzky and Mike Madonna. You know what I'm saying? They were showing you all these different sports, but there was no representation on the $1 million side of the game for black baseball
There's no money going into the black neighborhood to redo the baseball field. If you go to Alpharetta here in Georgia, they got a place up there, got 10 baseball fields, 6 basketball courts, 3 football fields in one location.
And I bet you them
and
motherfuckers
soccer
got
and
Braves
tennis.
logos on that shit, sponsored by the Braves.
Right.
Ted Turner then throw that money over there. But how much
Yeah.
money did he throw into the SWATs?
Black
How much
community.
money did
Right.
he throw into the Southwest side? How much money did he throw into Decatur or the rest of the East side? None whatsoever. Matter of fact, he could have took the motherfucking old Brave Stadium and turned that shit into a motherfucking training facility for at-risk youth. Instead, they gave the motherfucker to the college.
Georgia State.
All right, let me back up a little bit. Let me just back up a little bit. All right, given the history lesson we got from Black Ron, which I mean, you went like full Rachel Maddow. Let me go 360, start from Michael Jordan, and you landed right where I expected you to, which is the great replacement theory in the MLB. We're going to trade African American, quote unquote, Black Americans, like I like to call them, for Americans, for people that look Black but are not actually considered Black on an application.
Timu niggas.
Like, I mean, look, I consider and say Francisco Lindor, Juan Soto. You could even throw Aaron Judge in there because he's one of them ambiguously racial ass motherfuckers. He ain't got no mom or dad. He was adopted. You know what I'm saying? Ronald Acuna Jr.
What was the nigga for the Dodgers that had the locks?
All you really got right now is like Mookie Betts. You got my dog in Atlanta, Michael Harris Jr. Second. You got Lawrence Butler out in Sacramento with the Athletics. You got a couple others, but there ain't really too many real niggas, I would call them, in the MLB right now. And
you got a handful of niggas who's the sons of niggas who played baseball.
Kebron Hayes. We got my dog well, I can't think of everybody right now. But I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't mean that I'm not still excited. Like, I can't wait to see what Ronald Acuna Jr. does this year. If he stays hurt, if he doesn't stay hurt and he can get on his ACL, I can't wait to see what Ellie De La Cruz does in Cincinnati, especially now that they got Terry Francona as their head. I can't wait to see if Teo stays up. I can't wait to see if Juan Soto will give us the same kind of year he gave with the Yankees. I just saw him yesterday, and as a matter of fact, just yesterday I went and saw Soto give a actual home run in person at spring training down in Fort Pierce where they was going up against the Cardinals, and I saw this firsthand. The dude is not bullshitting. He hit it, and that whole section back there that he hit it to was heckling him the whole time, had his back turned to their ass. This shit is exciting for me. But my question is, am I always going to have to be the dude who has to keep his baseball fanaticism bottled up because they can't reach anybody outside of me? Like, I got my homeboy right here that I like literally grew up on the same block, like literally like my dog, A-Rock. I'm sorry, I put him on blast. Weight ball, you know what I'm saying? Is they're doing a thing, and he just said, "I love the Cardinals, but I don't even know them niggas." Like, I don't right. Motherfuckers, like he lost, like we've lost the fervor for it. And my question for y'all, especially Ryan and Bo P, and man, please chime in, Weight Ball and Solo if you can. Will we ever see a Black era where it was like when Jackie Robinson, Josh Gibson, the Buck Leonards, when we used to have Lou Brock, when we used to have like the Dave Stewarts, the Reggie Jacksons? Is that era gone forever, Bo? Are we completely immersed in NFL, NBA? When I turn on ESPN now, I never see any MLB headlines or updates. And I at this point, I just accepted the fact that it's a niche sport. It's rugby now. It's not even like a major sport no more. Bo, talk to me, and please chime in, everybody.
I'm gonna tell you why. Following your kids around now to AAU games and all this type of stuff costs money. So a lot of Black parents don't have that type of money. It costs a lot of money to go to follow your kids around in sports. So when you got a single mom and she has to go to work, how's that child supposed to get to practice when there's no field close to him? See what I'm saying?
That's how the perverts become coaches.
But yo, don't the same thing apply for other sports though, Bo?
No,
it does apply to all sports.
No, I got to drive all over the place.
No. If baseball is the hardest sport to put, the most expensive sport to play.
You can find it's a basketball court in every neighborhood. It's a football field at the high schools, but baseball fields, black schools don't even have a baseball team. Most of them, man. Even in college,
the baseball field that's outside the school, they don't cover it up in bad weather. They don't mow it as often. They don't rake it for rocks and shit.
Exactly.
And on top of that, to Bo's point, if your child is gonna play AAU ball or year-round ball, I mean they gotta have high performance cleats. of multiple colors because you never know what the team uniform is going to be. That means they got to have one of them 300, 400. No, nigga, they because what if the team cleats are white? You got to have some black ones and some white ones. And then they got to have some with the drip because you know your kid, it's all about the drip these days with the kids, all about swag. It's not just about performance.
Let me say this. You see a whole lot of NFL and NBA athletes who, I hate to say it this way, but their fathers have married white women, and the white women don't have to work, and they can take these kids everywhere they need to go because they have the money. That's why you see a lot of NBA and NFL.
Man, we gotta have Bo back on more often. He just said half of what I be wanting to say. Boy, he make my job so much easier. Bo, I swear to God, these niggas act like they don't realize none of this shit when I be saying it.
What are you talking about, bro? I be sitting right here agreeing with you.
No, because your ass, no. Let me tell you, hardball. We doing this for G, baby, head ass nigga. You act like you act like a good baseball bat ain't $300 to $500.
Yeah,
what single black mama in the projects got $300 to $500 to pay on a bat that ain't gonna be used for protecting the house?
Okay, I'll challenge
you. You gotta have insurance. You gotta have insurance. Kids get hurt. You gotta have insurance.
When I played Pop Warner football, we didn't just have to get just the bat. We had to get shoulder pads. We had to get pads for our knees. We had to get pads for our thighs. We also had to get cleats. We had to get a helmet. All that shit also costs. So this
that was in 1965.
Bro, I'm finna say, bro, that was in 1971 YMCA league. These days, these kids got to get hidden coaches, strength and condition coaches. I know kids with nutritionists.
With yoga,
I know 10-year-old kids with nutritionists. I know 11-year-old my partner coach several different soccer teams. He coached all 18 and under soccer teams. So he got,
they
different
taking Pilates and yoga and everything.
Bro, they got yoga in the morning. They got dance in the afternoon. They lift weights twice a day. They eat 4 times a day when they're in training session. He got them out there working with belts. They got elastic belts tied around their ankles and shit. Because
let you sit here and make it sound like this is not what happens in Little League, bro. This is not Little League.
Yes, the fuck it is.
Niggas not going to Pilates in Little League, my nigga. That's not happening. That's not a thing.
In Little League, bro, they are treating this shit like it is D1 college, my nigga.
Man, they got kids. They got scouts looking at kids in 8th grade. What you talking about?
Bro, will you tell this man?
In 8th grade.
In 8th grade, bro. Nigga, do you realize that the kids that play in the Little League World Series have not hit puberty yet?
How many black kids you see in the Little League World Series? How many black kids? You may see one on each team. You may see one on each team. Some teams don't even have any.
Talk to them, Bo.
You got girls on the Little League team. You got more girls on the Little League team than you got black kids.
Hold on, U City just entered the chat. What's happening, U City?
I'm just saying, as an overall thing, we got to look at kids aspire to be what they see themselves represented as. So yes, the times have changed. Like when you watch baseball, you don't see black people represented, so that's not something that kids necessarily strive for. On the same flip side, that I mean, in my neighborhoods, I live in the city of Atlanta. All the baseball fields they gentrified. Like it ain't 9 black kids with baseball gloves. It's literally
right.
We grew up playing court. Court is set up for 3 niggas to play. It's 1 nigga batting, 1 nigga pitching, and one body out there trying to catch the ball off a bounce or something. But it's not coordinated in our neighborhoods to have 9 people play. And then by the time you get 9 people together,
gloves.
It's like why we doing sports? We might well be a gang.
Hey, look, weight ball. I used to go right outside 8140 Vardaman, and I would play right there in the loop, bro. We didn't have to go to the field. We didn't have to go to Heman Park. We had to go to
that was before Cash Money Records took over. You talking about all this shit that happened in the 1900s.
Let me say this. When it comes back to the length of the baseball game, ain't no black child gonna sit down, like back in the day, wasn't no black kid gonna sit down and watch a 4-hour game. The attention span wasn't there. But you got white kids whose parents watch the game, and they'll sit there with their parents and watch the game.
They watch 4-hour football games.
Yeah, but because we play football.
we all have a shorter attention span
because we have some because
everything.
to Wayball's point, they got somebody down there. They got a jersey down there. They can look down there and see themselves in.
Right.
That's
They can
why
see
they
their
can sit
name on the
there and
back
watch
of it.
that
They can see
4-hour
their name in the back
football
of it.
game. You know what I'm saying?
May I say something?
Hell
Before
no.
I get the hell up out of here, baseball has.
Stupid A. Smith.
Okay, thank you, Stupid
Hey,
as y'all can
I
tell.
like that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. As I'm gonna say it before we get up out of here, because we've been on here since 9:30. I know Vince gonna be closing the door pretty soon. We must go to boxing before I leave. Y'all know Alex Pereira is fighting this weekend. Everyone
First of
say he gonna get his ass.
you can't be the boxing segment coordinator if you can't say
And it's
niggas' names
UFC fight.
right.
It's a UFC
I
fight. It's
said
a
Alex
UFC fight.
Pereira. You know I
No,
can't.
that was
Hold
gonna be
up.
my second
You know I
point.
can't
That
talk.
was gonna be
You
my
know I
second
can't
point.
talk. You only fucking with me because I was in a GED class and I never graduated. That's why you fucking with me. That's okay. That's okay.
No, because you interjected like, may I say something? May I say something? If I could interject so impolitely, and then all of a sudden you was like, Alex Pereira. No, you gonna put your eloquent voice on. You could have sat at the house and said that nigga name to yourself 2-3 times.
Honestly, I did say it a couple
Your
times
ass
before
sound
I was
like
gonna say
Webby, Charlotte McGain, and Angela Ying. Well, y'all got some names, don't it?
But it's a UFC fight, Solo. It's UFC, not boxing.
Yeah, UFC. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So normally people don't start with this many auto corrections when they sitting there trying to give a segment. But go ahead, bro. Go ahead, please.
No, he the fighting reporter, but he didn't report on the Anthony Joshua fight.
Ooh.
Well, wait, but hold on. I'll tell you why I didn't report on the Anthony Joshua fight, because I didn't see it. That's the only reason.
The fuck? How you?
That's why I went to UFC, because I'm looking forward to this Saturday. If y'all ain't watching, this Saturday, Alex will be fighting. Alex, last name I can't pronounce, will be fighting. And I promise you, he may lose this fight because this boy is a beast.
Who's he fighting?
Now you're talking about this Muslim dude that I can't even say his name at all. You know, you fucking with me because you know already. See, you know the nigga.
No, you the motherfucking fight. You the fight correspondent.
I think you're missing the point. Like, he knows, but he didn't come out and say, well, hold on, let me make a punch right quick. Let me talk to y'all about some shit I know about. Let's talk boxing.
He's fighting. It's some dude named Mega.
I'm gonna interrupt y'all good ass baseball conversation to halfway talk about some shit that I'm not prepared all the way to talk about. Bro, you sound like a Trump supporter right now. It's like, why you vote for him? Cuz
I was waiting so long. That's why
you had plenty of time to prepare. You could have muted your mic. You could have worked on their names and shit. Yeah,
Find some color next time too.
Could have turned up the red balance on your goddamn camera. You could have found some more backlighting. You could have found out how to say the name of the nigga he fight. You could have put that shit in Google Translate. It say the shit for you. Like, you could have really, you could at least went. You could at least by now went and Googled who won the Anthony Joshua fight. Here's the hint.
Who won it?
It wasn't Anthony Joshua.
Well, I can tell you that much.
He said, who won it?
Yeah, because Anthony Joshua has lost in the last couple of years. He's not been good at all. So, he was one of my favorite boxers.
Well, he did come back from being knocked down to defeat one of the Klitschko brothers.
Yeah, that was the best fight I ever seen him have.
Well, he returned back to that same stadium in Riyadh to fight, and that young man
put them paws on.
Beat the support cup out that nigga shorts.
We're about to wrap up in a little bit, but I do want to say, Solo, you did interrupt before I got a chance to ask about what, if anything, we could do if we really are interested in baseball. is there anything else that because it feels like Ron hit it spot on. We'll go back to close out with the fighting, but Ron hit it spot on. It feels like there was literally right under our noses, a replacement of black players in the Major League Baseball with people that do not consider themselves black, but would probably qualify just based off of their appearance as quote unquote black. Is anything can be done about it, or is it a lost cause? Is it no longer relevant, and is just what we have to accept?
I think all y'all are right. Bo Peep made a statement about the white taking their kids to the games and stuff like that. That's just what it is. We don't have a lot of resources for baseball. Like Bo Peep said, there's no baseball fields. There's no lot of stuff for them to support behind it. And plus, you need more financial backing for African Americans to get behind baseball. Now, to answer your question, they taking it out. I agree with that because I've noticed in the last 15, 20 years, the black players have decreased in baseball, and people think they're black because they look at them, but they're really Dominican. They're really looking for these cats that really doing it in their country. So to me, I'm a baseball fan, but I would like to see more in baseball. And y'all might take this as a joke, but I think baseball needs cheerleaders. They need some bitches in some small panties and shit running around. I'll show up to the
game. Before we get canceled, let me quit this nigga while he ahead.
Before we get canceled.
Yeah, let me just hush him while he was doing good before he fuck around.
Man, we need some cheerleaders. We need
hush. I'ma try to make your point a good point. Because to Solo's point, Major League Baseball needs to take a page out of the WNBA's book if it hopes to achieve any type of relevance with the black community. Y'all need to start they need to start showcasing what few black faces are there. Making representation a key thing. We need to start lobbying in the MLB for more community involvement in impoverished, underserved black communities. Hardball was the last baseball themed movie that had anything to do with black children or black people.
Yeah.
They need to Solo said earlier, they don't have the resources. Motherfucker, you have niggas that don't know how to program they iPhone that drive cyber trucks. Niggas have the resources. What we have is an allocation problem. What we have is a priorities problem because AAU basketball costs just as much as Little League baseball. Little League football costs just as much as Little League baseball. They have made this shit $1 million industries and guys that is extracurricular activities. So much so that a lot of kids can't even play for their high school or their middle school team because it's already a group that came together from AAU. And then not only that, they creating high schools and shit like your Oak Hills and stuff like that, which is a high school for motherfuckers who play basketball really well. So until we can create
we got one in Atlanta
to the
too.
pro.
Yeah, we got one. I just saw it the other day.
Until we can develop a to the pros pipeline, until we can start getting niggas like Ken Griffey Jr. to be as highly regarded as MJ or Dion, so therefore his platform and his cachet can be used to bring in sponsorship, to bring in partnership dollars, to attract all the incumbent black kids that want to play. They say, I want to be like Ken Griffey Jr. because that's what we said in the 90s. And speaking of the 90s, here's my last point. In the 90s, black baseball made up 18% of Major League Baseball. In other words, there were 18% of all Major League Baseball players were African American. These days, it's down to 6.2%.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So
and,
that go ahead.
I was gonna say, Ron, some of that is because, just as you said, and I think we've all here highlighted, the faces that they have on the field that are swinging the bat, the big poppies, the Teoscars, you know, even though I show love to some of them, they might look like us. They might have that same herd that naps up. You know what I'm saying? They might get pulled over a little bit. But when they actually fill out an application for a job, they do not check black.
Oh, no, Poppy, I know black.
So that's why we see the numbers going down, because the faces have the complexion, but the flavor and the culture.
All skin folk ain't kinfolk. Black is a mindset. It's not a hue. It's no different than Hollywood going to get European blacks to act in all our TV shows and movies. 100%. We got to call shit for what it is in this fucking country. There's been a whole lot of systemic shit done to subvert the black community. They will turn our black dreams into Lake Lanier's for their pastimes. Mm-hmm. They've done this shit generation after generation, century after century, and they keep on doing it to keep us at the lowest totem pole. That's why I'm going back to what I said earlier. I don't understand how in this generation we have these black kids that think they can do just as much as the white folks and think that's going to be good enough. Right. Or when they do bad shit, they say, but the white folks do it, like that's going to be excuse enough to indemnify your fuckery. Like, my nigga, history has a wicked ass habit of repeating its fucking self. And everywhere in this country, we've had motherfuckers who have intentionally sidestepped us. What do they do when they don't want us to be able to access new shit that they building? They come build a wall in front of the black neighborhood and then put a highway right by the fucking wall. So now we a quarter mile away from the new mall, but it takes us an hour to get over that motherfucker because we got to catch a bus that way to take a train back this way just to get over the motherfucking wall that they built around us just to hide our sunlight. They do shit like that just to block out our sunlight, to block out our opportunities. And until we call shit what the fuck it is, until we stop showing up to Braves games on Hank Aaron night, and we say, no, motherfucker, why isn't this called Hank Aaron Stadium? Until we start doing shit like that, until we start saying, hey, can we stop using baseball stadiums to shoot music videos and start using them motherfuckers for outreach? Wow. Because the last time my black ass saw black people in baseball uniforms, bitches also didn't have on no pants and they was twerking on top of Monte Carlos. And Nelly and the St. Lunatics, since y'all from St. Louis, had them bandanas under their eyes with them baseball bats.
That nigga's stupid.
But they wasn't talking about nobody's earned run average. They wasn't talking about nobody's RBI percentage.
No, they wasn't.
We want to talk about the fact that these young niggas got sticks, but the sticks ain't 36 ounces.
Shit, God damn. Boy, shut your mouth. Yo, I gotta say something real quick. Damn. Damn. I mean, shit, lean on it. Why don't you? I got to go because somebody waiting on me right now. But I want to say, you could.
Oh, and Solo here. So one last thing. The reason why baseball ain't hitting in the black community is because hoes don't like baseball players.
It's special ed with a
I don't know about all that, but maybe he's right.
Okay, how many baseball players was getting the hoes in high school at the high school you went to, Bo?
Not one. I didn't know any girls that dated baseball players.
I went to an HBCU. I went to Grambling State University. Did any of you young men matriculated at HBCU?
FAMU.
How many? Now he finna lie. How many baseball players was getting the hoes at FAMU?
I'll tell you the truth. It wasn't none. Nobody. I didn't even know.
All right then. So when I said ain't no hoes at the baseball game, you talking? I don't know about that. When the last time you saw? We know Zion Williamson. We know Anthony Edwards. We know Deshaun Watson. We know Ben Roethlisberger. All these big athletes got a problem with them hoes. Kobe Bryant, Tiger Woods got a problem with them hoes. When the last time you heard some bitches say, "Bitch, you see who that is over there? Who is that? Bitch, that is the starting outfielder for the motherfucking Red Sox. Like,
White girls know him though.
The white
white girls are never considered the hoes. White girls are considered white girls. It's like, hey, y'all got some bitches at that party? Man, shit, nigga, it's some hoes and some white girls here. Oh,
Guess
shit.
what? And black women get mad because black athletes marry white women. Guess why they marry them? Because when they go to the game, the white women pay their own price for tickets to sit up there. The black women don't go to games unless somebody take them.
White women will sit in the Lexus section at the baseball stadium. Bitch, that's where it's expensive at.
Yeah.
Yo, I gotta go. Y'all can find me at Go Solo.
We'll go before your light bulb burn out.
I got to go. Yeah, my
Look, nigga over here podcasting by candlelight.
Yeah.
This nigga, that ain't even on candlelight. That's a tea light. That's one of them white little tea lights inside the little aluminum foil. This nigga here.
You supposed to use your iPhone flashlight.
This nigga got a lantern. This nigga here.
Hey, P.
Master says we gonna get inside of him.
I gotta go. I'm on my way to P.
Will you stop? If you will stop interrupting us, we'll end the whole show instead of you trying to.
This nigga keep announcing his departure like he's a fucking flight.
Hey, goddamn, we all trying to leave, nigga. We all got shit to do. Nigga.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
I would like to thank Bo P for showing up today.
Bo, you gotta come back. You gotta come back, big dog.
All right.
Baseball tip. And of course, Black Ron pulling up on Black People Time. We always love him, even when he do that thing. Solo is here somehow. I guess he down.
Shout out to my boy Wade Ball.
And I want to holler at the homie Wade Ball. St. Louis representing 8 Deuce. You already know what it is. We use city folks. So yeah, all y'all, anybody who tuned in, I see that the Twitch was on fire today.
Peace, niggas.
Yeah. Bad Ty. As soon as Bad Ty get home off house arrest, he gonna be back on the show. But he lied and told them people that his address was at his mama house. So he's doing house arrest at his mama house. When he get through with that, he'll be able to come back to the show. But we love you, Ty. We love you, dog. You know that.
Next week, and maybe even if we can chat with Bo every now and then, that'd be dope. But definitely keep tuned in, guys, because we're gonna bring stand up to the sports bar. Appreciate you tuning in, and let's go ahead and make sure you tell a friend to come on in next week. We got more baseball chat, we got more football chat, more baseball, more basketball.
We love you, Angie Stone.
We love you, Angie Stone. And one quick announcement on the way out. This week, I have the pleasure of being able to interview the second oldest member of the Negro Leagues, Ron Teasley, will actually be joining me in an interview. So please get ready next week. I'm going to clip some of the clips for the show. This gentleman played with folks like Satchel Paige, like Jackie Robinson, Josh Gibson, Buck Leonard, all those.
It's real daddy.
Back in the day. So tune in. We're gonna give you some insight on.
You better hurry up and interview. He may be the last one you interview. You better hurry up.
Say, nigga, hurry up and talk to that man before the Lord call him home.
Ron Teasley, I know he is 98 years old. So yeah, we're gonna chat with Ron Teasley. We're gonna see
it's his last podcast. It's his last podcast.
First of all, that man is 98 years old. You're gonna quit calling him by his first name. That is Dr. or Mr. Teasley. You keep going. We're going to talk to Ron Teasley. I'm getting your ass straight now. You're going to get some motherfucking manners when you talk to our ancestor.
Mr. Teasley.
Our ancestor? All right. My bad. I will make sure I give Ron Teasley the respect he deserves. And
stop calling that nigga first name like that. I'm the only Ron you can call Ron. That is Reverend Teasley, Deacon Teasley, Honorable Teasley, Mr. Teasley, but you will stop calling that man Ron.
Okay, well, Mr. Teasley, we will see.
That nigga is old enough to have gave your grandmama raw dick. You will talk to him with the respect he deserved.
We will talk to you next time, Mr. Teasley. Thank you so much, and thanks for all who tuned in. We will see y'all same back time.